Every year, men and women, young and old, those with sure faith and those who are seeking, come down State Road, enter into our driveway, and come onto this property. High school students, college students, those preparing for marriage, those seeking a weekend away, or maybe 7 nights, or even 30 days. They all come here because this is a place of peace.
I think it's important for people to know that this is a place where they can intentionally take a step back, reflect, and connect with God.
Everybody's busy in this world, and here's a place where I can unplug for a weekend and reconnect with my spiritual side.
As soon as I start coming up the driveway, there's a certain sense of history.
For the last 100 years, there's been saints here. There's been people that found God here.
In the 1890s, the Jesuits bought a piece of property off of State Road in Parma, Ohio. They were ministering to the German Catholics in Cleveland and other cities along the Great Lakes. In 1898, they opened what was called St. Stanislaus Novitiate to train and form young men who wished to be Jesuit priests and brothers. The first superior and novice master, Father Theodore von Rossum, thought that in addition to training young Jesuits, this would be the perfect place for other men to come and have an experience of the spiritual exercises. In the late 1930s, Sister Ignatia Gavin was working at St. Thomas Hospital in Akron, Ohio. She became connected with Dr. Bob, founder of Alcoholics Anonymous. She brought the men into the hospital for physical care, but she was also inspired to bring them here to Parma for spiritual healing and renewal. That tradition continues today with our recovery retreats for men and women. In the 1940s and 50s, the Jesuits who worked here were faced with an increased demand for spiritual retreats. And so in 1949, they built on one edition. In 1956, a second edition was built. In the early 1970s, a young woman from Buffalo, New York contacted the Jesuits and asked if she could come on retreat. Up until that point in time, we had primarily been a retreat house for men. The Jesuits said yes, and so to this day, she comes every summer for a 7-night retreat. Today, we welcome women and men for all of our programs and retreats. In December 2017, after years of dreaming and planning, the latest phase in the development of the Jesuit Retreat Center came to fruition with the opening of our new wing. This facility, with state-of-the-art meeting rooms, small group and spiritual direction spaces, a lounge, additional bedrooms, and a beautiful chapel dedicated in honor of Father Howard Gray, allows us to serve even more individuals, groups, retreats, and programs who come to this place of peace. You have been part of the story here at the Jesuit Retreat Center. We hope that you will continue to be part of this story and our future. At this time and in this place, we want to continue to be people of God. We want to continue to be a place of healing and hope. We want to continue to be a place where people know that the good and gracious God that we have experienced here is for all. Whether you make that turn into our driveway, to walk our grounds or stay in the retreat center, whether you join us for a virtual program or meet with a spiritual director, God is still talking. Are we still listening? Are we still casting a vision as Father von Rossum and so many others have done for the last 125 years? What is the vision for the next 125 years? That is the story that is yet to be written.